Hello and welcome to the channel. The third petitioner in the case against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Allied People's Movement APM, has had the 5-panel justices reserve judgment on their case. Wondering what that means, eh? Well, judgment on the case would only be given on the same day as those of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and Atiku Abubakar, as well as Labour Party and Peter Obi. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Presidential Tribunal reserves judgment on APM's case against Tinubu. The Presidential Election Petition Court (PEPC) sitting in Abuja on Friday reserved its judgment on the petition the Allied People's Movement (APM) filed to nullify the election of President Bola Tinubu. The 5-member panel of the court, led by Justice Arunat Samani, okayed the matter for judgment after all the parties adopted their final briefs of argument. Cited as first to fifth defendants in the petition marked CA-PE-PC 042023 are the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), the Ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), President Tinubu, Vice President Kashim Shettima, and Mr. Kabiru Masari. While the petitioner, through its lawyer, Mr. Andrew Malgui, son, urged the court to sack Tinubu and withdraw the certificate of return that was issued to him by INEC. On the other hand, all the defendants prayed the court to dismiss the case for want of competence. President Tinubu, through his team of lawyers led by Chief Wole Olanikpekan, son, maintained that the petition the APM lodged against him lacked merit. He argued that the sole issue the party relied upon to seek a sack from office, which bordered on allegation that his Vice President Shettima was nominated twice by the APC for different elective positions, had already been decided by the Supreme Court. President Tinubu argued that APM's petition did not only fail to disclose a reasonably course of action against him, but was equally bereft of substance. Likewise, both counsel for the APC, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, son, and that of INEC, Mr. Stephen Hadehi, son, separately urged the court to dismiss the petition. Whereas APC told the court that Tinubu's nomination on illegibility to contest the presidential election that held on February 25th was without fault on its part, INEC threw its weight behind the outcome of the poll. After it had listened to all the parties, the Justice Samani-led panel said it will communicate the judgment date to them. It will be recalled that the APM closed its case on July 21st after its lone witness testified before the court. Specifically, APM in its petition contended that the withdrawal of Mr. Masari, who was initially nominated as the vice presidential candidate of the APC, invalidated Tinubu's candidacy in view of Section 131C and 142 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended. The party argued that there was a gap of about 3 weeks between the period that Masari, who was listed as the 5th respondent in the petition, expressed intention to withdraw, the actual withdrawal of his purported nomination, and the time Tinubu purportedly replaced him with Senator Kashim Shettima. It further argued that Tinubu's candidature had elapsed as at the time he nominated Shettima as Masari's replacement. According to the petitioner, as at the time Tinubu announced Shettima as the vice presidential candidate, he was no longer in a position constitutionally to nominate a running mate, since he had ceased to be a presidential candidate of the second respondent, having regard to the provisions of Section 142 of the 1999 Constitution. More so, APM contended that Masari's initial nomination activated the joint ticket principle enshrined in the Constitution, stressing that his subsequent withdrawal invalidated the said joint ticket. It therefore prayed the court to declare that Shettima was not qualified to contest as the vice presidential candidate of the APC as at February 25th, when the election was conducted by INEC, having violated the provisions of Section 35 of the Electoral Act 2022. An order nullifying and voiding all the votes scored by Tinubu in the presidential election in view of his non-qualification as a candidate of the APC. Likewise, an order to set aside a certificate of return that was issued to the president by INEC. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Meanwhile, in related news, Special Assistant on Public Communication to Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 election, Mr. Frank Shaibu, has warned supporters of the All Progressives Congress and its candidate, Bola Tinubu, from disrupting proceedings at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Shaibu, who handed down the warning in a statement in Abuja yesterday, said the warning became imperative following what he alleged was a sponsored protest by Tinubu supporters against the report of the European Union Observer Mission to the 2023 general elections. According to him, Tinubu supporters staged the protest at the EU head office in Abuja after the release of the reports, which revealed how the election failed credibility test. He said the EU report had cut the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) low over the handling of the election. However, Tinubu surrogates, including a spokesman, Dele Halake, former activist Festus Keyamo, and Femi Fani-Kayode, who had also been implicated in the report, rejected the findings. A group of APC supporters subsequently stormed the EU headquarters and were given full police protection to carry out the demonstration. We seize this opportunity to send a warning to the Tinubu government and its minions against disrupting the proceedings of the election tribunal, as they have shown a clear disdain for the truth by picketing the EU office. Recall that in 1999, when the late legendary lawyer Chief Ganifa Wahimi sued Tinubu for school certificate forgery, thugs were sponsored to cause protest outside the courthouse. Similarly, when Tinubu was facing charges before the Code of Conduct Tribunal, thugs were similarly sponsored to protest at the trial, all in a bid to intimidate the judiciary. We find it curious that the same security agencies which have been issuing statements barring protests were curiously available to provide cover for sponsored pro-government protesters to picket the EU office. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.